Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. The crypto prices are doing pretty nice today, and I think we should accompany that with a bullish question. Now, my question for you guys is, what coin do you think will perform the best over the next month? So yes, with month, I mean 31 days or this time next month. Which coin do you think will have had the biggest amount of gains? So yes, talking about this 30-day period, 31 days, it doesn't matter too much. Let me know in the comments section down below what you guys are thinking. And also, if you are enjoying the daily crypto news, make sure you support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. It helps me out a ton. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, by the way. Link is in the description below. First thing we got to show you guys today comes from Cryptopolis. He says, what does it mean when we say XRP is a counterparty-free currency? Well, what is a counterparty-free currency? Traditional currencies like Euro and US dollar are not natively digital assets. When we send electronic payments, we obviously cannot transfer physical paper bills across the internet. Instead, we exchange bank balances, which are effectively just IOUs, which kind of stands for IOU, but you can also abbreviate it to IOU, that the bank has issued. A bank balance is a promise from the bank that you can redeem your money on demand, but it is nothing more than a promise to repay. All digital fiat money has counterparty risk. XRP, unlike US dollar, is a natively digital asset, and it can be transferred directly between two parties across the internet. Sending XRP is akin to exchanging cash US dollars, and there is no counterparty risk involved. You can digitally exchange the asset itself as opposed to an IOU. So, fun fact, in the form of IOUs, it is actually possible to send Bitcoin and Ethereum and whatnot over XRP as well, or I guess through XRP Ledger, which is actually something that a lot of people don't know. But yes, there's a system for that. And this is just another small party as to why there's no risk of losing your XRP in comparison to US dollars. So what banks do, right, they try to make money off of your money. So whenever you deposit something and you put it into a savings account, they go and invest that money for you. And whenever you try to withdraw it, they either use somebody else's money, or if it's a lot, and if it's you know, it depends on kind of what plan you have, what kind of saving you're doing, and what kind of bank you're, I guess, on, and what kind of saving rate you've chosen. But they might take somebody else's money and give it to you for now, or they might just get that money out of that pool of investments and give it back to you. It depends a little bit. With XRP, though, it's not like your money is being, used and there's a chance of you never getting it back. No, you're directly sending money across, which is definitely a very good point, and really nice that he explained it like that, or at least that he found an explanation online. The Bearable Bull just posted an article from Bloomberg, which states JPMorgan to unlock trillions of liquidity with tech partnership. Bank to pair with Talia to circulate funds in supply chains. Smaller firms will be able to access money faster and cheaper. And a brief explanation is JPMorgan is looking to help blue chip companies untether trillions of dollars locked up in corporate supply chains globally through a new technology partnership. And it's not XRP. Yet. Remember, he has said that XRP will be their liquidity of last resort, and they are getting closer and closer to our space. So my personal opinion on that is the BB is correct. Now, I've told you guys before, I know for a fact that a lot of companies will be using XRP in the future and I guess hop onto RippleNet. But it would have to take a little bit of testing first. And I'm not talking about them testing it themselves. I'm talking about other companies testing it and sharing the results before these companies will start to test. Reason for that is because it's such a foreign thing. They don't want to get into it just quite yet because it sounds kind of scary. And with payments and with such a vast and kind of steady realm, which is of course the SWIFT system that we normally know about, and all this has been the same for a couple of decades, it's quite frictionless. They don't want it to move as much, and that is why this step and these steps are really good, because we are seeing that there is really a lot of demand and a lot of room to grow for Ripple, because other companies are trying to imitate them. Other companies are going to be trying to do what they are doing. And we know no company can do it the way that they're doing it. And thus, eventually, a lot of them will switch over anyway. But also just the fact that this idea that Ripple has and what XRP is going to be used for is just a golden idea. It's just a matter of time before all these parties get enough trust. That's at least what I personally see as one of the biggest issues before they will actually start to use it. And we'll most likely see a big snowball effect happening of companies using once a couple of those big ones start to explain their experiences. Ripple's Spring initiative recognized among world-changing ideas in 2020. Ripple's commercial arm Spring has brought another glory to the crypto ecosystem after a recognition that classifies it among top ideas changing the world to a better place. Today, April 28th, the Fast Company announced winners of the World-Changing Ideas Awards of 2020, giving honor to businesses, projects, and organizations around the globe that are revitalizing the world. Of the 3,000 applications filed, an all-time record, 26 winners were selected, while 200 companies/projects made it to finalists. Ripple's Spring, however, did not make the winner and finalist list, but got featured in the over 500 companies that were also handed honorable mentions. Hence, Spring still deserves to be lauded for the glory. So, I was a little bit happier than I should have been, because from the title, I was like, wow, they won this contest or something like that. But no, they're in a pretty big pool. I guess they're like, out of the 3,000, they're like one of the top 500-ish. That's at least how I like to see it. Nothing really special because they're not in the top 225. But I guess they're still doing quite good. And I guess it's interesting. I don't really understand how this list worked. Do you have to like apply yourself and they'll, arrange you? Or do you get an application, like, do they find you, or how does that work out? Does somebody else have to put you in? I don't know. But here's another one. Ripple's XRP Spring, honored for this by America's leading business magazine. Ripple's subsidiary, Spring, gets recognized by the Fast Company for the second year in a row. So again, it's nothing new either. It's happened before, but it's, I guess, kind of good that they're at least mentioned and recognized now for their work. It's kind of cool, but not that important, I would say, as it's not going to change anything at all. All right, research. VeChain alongside IBM, Microsoft listed as key drivers for blockchain in agriculture. So yes, this is not XRP, but still some really cool crypto news. The blockchain in agriculture and food supply chain market, the research clarified that blockchain technology is greatly transforming the market and driving growth, hence identifying that based on the previous forecast, the market is expected to surge from $58.4 million in 2018 to a projected value of $1.4 billion in 2026. That is actually about demeaning businesses around the world. UK-based versatile private research company DataBridge published a report on the role of blockchain in agriculture and food supply chain market, as well as key players of the idea. I actually find the way they wrote this a little bit difficult to read through, but the info is quite good because I haven't found it on any other websites, so that's pretty nice. Highlighting VeChain Foundation, Microsoft, IBM Corporation, and some others as key players in the introduction of blockchain into agriculture and supply chain, the research mentioned that the need for blockchain became necessary due to transparency issues, vulnerability to attacks, as well as lack of digital connection in developing countries. Other key players listed in the report include Project Providence Ltd., Ripe Technologies Inc., Ambroses, Chainvine Limited, ArcNet, Sapsi, Original Trail or Origin Trail, and Full Profile. The report also deciphered the compound annual growth rate value of the market, projecting that blockchain would help present a compound annual growth rate of 48.4% between the period of 2019 and 2026. It's actually pretty cool. We also saw that VeChain partnered up with H&M, which in my personal opinion is something that happened a couple of years ago, but they're talking about it right now as if it's a big thing. Bitcoin halving theories. Whale says price rise is a nonsensical narrative. Wise Ratings expects massive crypto super boom. Well, a lot of theories are going out exactly around this theory, and I personally think people are trying to make you believe something. All right, they're trying to push into one direction by stating, yeah, this pump that we're seeing right now is because of the halving. Yeah. You know, all these coins are reflecting the halving. Yada yada yada. I don't think so. I mean, it's only XRP and Stellar that are up like crazy. So is that because of the halving? Well, I don't know about that one. Also, some are saying the price might do nothing or we don't know. I personally am still of the opinion that we just don't know. We can't say because there's nothing given here to base our facts upon. It's just something that I think is kind of obvious, but still a lot of people don't want to admit it. Like, we don't have any facts for what's going to happen. We don't have any historical data because all halvings have never been in such a way we are going to be seeing it now. So, like, there's so many changes right now. It's not built upon hype anymore. It's all built upon real use case. At least that's the goal. So, you know, and all people are expecting it now. There's way more people that know about the halving than before. So again, I'm wondering. But my conclusion is we don't know what's going to be happening during the halving or before it. If there's a pump right now, it might be because of the halving, but it also very well might not be. Stellar Lumens' social dominance volume rise post decoupling with Bitcoin XRP. Well, XRP and Stellar both are actually really decoupled from Bitcoin at this point because they're rising like crazy, even though Bitcoin is not, which is definitely something good to see, but still nothing quite crazy. And next video, we're going to be diving more into that. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Make sure you press the like button and subscribe. See you guys again in another crypto vid.